How's it going, everybody? Adjust myself as soon as I start the video. That's a great start. How's it going, everybody? So it is 1:51 a.m. I just now got back from Orlando and saw Babymetal live. If you're somewhat of a long-time subscriber on my channel, then you know I saw Babymetal for the first time live last year at the Tabernacle in Atlanta. So before I go to sleep, I am pretty tired. I want to get my thoughts, my feelings. It was a crazy night for me. And so I just want to get that out. I'm going to make this video, and I'm going to sleep. So I kind of want to do this before I go to sleep. So I have no script. I have no anything, no notes. This is just me to you. Like from here to you, I've got nothing. I just want to go off of raw energy. And this could either be a good idea or a bad idea. I'm usually going off of raw energy anyway. I'm never really read anything. But, wow, what a night this was. There's quite a few things I want to talk about. Definitely want to talk about the difference between this show compared to last year's show. That's, but there's one thing I really need to get off my chest. I need to start this off with this. Now, this is not directed to any members of the band. This is not directed to... I don't know who this is directed to. Their PR guy, the producer. I don't know. But whoever is in charge of the merch. Is there a merchandise guy? Do you make the prices? Do you set what it's going to be? The merch decider person, like the PR, whoever decided the merch and how to go about the merch. Yeah, fuck you. Just getting that. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, you know? Abso-fucking-lutely don't do that. You know, you charge at least $50, up to $300 for tickets. Cool. Popular bands do that nowadays. It's just what it is. I just work 2 day jobs, and I shouldn't try to go to every single concert that I can go to. This is a special treat every once in a while, I guess. I don't know. Am I in the minority, or are there other people out there where every bit of money counts, you know? So just as a working class dude, I'm taking this a little hard. And I'm noticing this trend among entertainers where prices are rising. But is the quality? Well, here's what's up. Here's why the merch pisses me off. Shirts are $40. That's the cheapest. That's the cheapest. You have 3 shirts that are short sleeve shirts. Not gonna lie, they don't look bad. There was one I was seriously contemplating on getting. For sure not paying $40 for that. Absolutely don't charge shirts $40 on top of a $50 to $300 ticket. Don't do that. You know? Don't do that. The long sleeve shirt, not bad looking shirt. $45. Cool. The hoodies, $65. Yeah. And the snapback hat's $35. The towel, a towel is $35. And they had like a book that was part of their last tour that described what their last tour was about. That was $25. That was the cheapest you could get, I believe. Or they had some pins or something like that, but that wasn't available. Now, don't get me wrong. People are online on that merch line for a good chunk of that show. Like, Avatar, who played before Babymetal, there's, like, the line was out of the gates. Like, you guys clearly did a business. I already have 2 Babymetal shirts. One that I got from the tour last year. I'm not fucking buying another $40 shirt. Don't get me wrong. I was very tempted to be, like, going on the old credit card. But I'm in too much debt as it is. I'm not adding more, especially because I bought 2 $40 shirts from the Gazette concert, and I regret that deeply. Haven't worn them since. Hell, the imported Japanese one, haven't even taken off the tag. Haven't even worn it. The other one that I got worn once. So here's what's up. Here's what bothers me about this. If you bought any one of those shirts, please comment down below. Help me with something here. Is that one of those Gildan shirts? Is that one of those, like, my other Babymetal shirts are like the Gildan. That's what I'm seeing a lot of t-shirt companies use. They use the basic Gildan shirts, put their own logo on them. Gildan shirts are a few dollars. They're not fucking $40. I went to... Whoa, my shit just froze. Is everything alright? Everything go good? Okay. Alright, I think everything alright. I went to a wrestling show this July. AEW's Fight for the Fallen. You know what I got for $40? I got a shirt that's made with soft cotton. Sorry, it's 2 a.m. I'm gonna stutter. Sorry. If you are a wrestling fan and you know about Pro Wrestling Tees, you know Pro Wrestling Tees, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, wrestling t-shirt manufacturing company there is now. They have their regular shirts, but then for $3 extra, you can get their extra soft cotton shirts. And holy shit, those shirts are awesome. And that's actually worth the $3. So I got one of those shirts. I got that for $25, a Kenny Omega shirt. And then I got an awesome bag. It's actually pretty useful, and I've used since. I'm probably going to use in the future a lot more. I love those strap-on, the little string bags, the plastic string bags. And it actually has like different compartments to it. The shirt was $25, the backpack was $15. $40 for that. Well worth the price for that. So, I froze again. What are we doing? Hopefully this isn't showing up, but it's freezing on my screen. So, $40 for one shirt. Fuck you. Absolutely go fuck yourself. Have a good day. Enjoy your money. But for people like me who have to work hard for their money and $40 means something, that means a whole range of possibilities what that $40 can go to. Mainly food, mainly bills. But like a no shirt should be $40. Absolutely go fuck yourself. And I see a lot of entertainers doing this now. $30 at most. $30 at most. Anyway, let's go to the concert. The concert was great. I am not gonna dig on that. If you're preparing yourself for the Babymetal concerts ahead, if you're gonna go to one of the future tour dates, let me give you some things to look out for. This is someone who's been to Babymetal concerts so far. One, they do not do encores. This is a very point A to point B kind of show. It's a show. I tell people that if you're gonna see Babymetal, it is a show. It's not just a metal concert. It is a show. And this was definitely that. It's definitely different from last year's, but I'll go into that in a bit. But at the end of the night, people were yelling one more song, and Babymetal don't do that. They do not do that. So don't do that. Once they play the final song, they're done. Yeah, so it's a very point A to point B. They play for like a little over an hour, about an hour 15 minutes. That's how they did it last year too. And there's no intermission. They take very little breaks. They just go. It's great. They put on an amazing show. So what separates this from last year was they have help me out, people. This new girl, is she full-time? Is she a full-time replacement? Help me out with that. I've seen some things about her, completely forgot her name, but she was apparently, please correct me if I'm wrong, she was apparently a part of another pop group or something like that, and then they brought her over to Babymetal as like a test, or is she still testing? ? And apparently she's doing well. Apparently I've watched like this one compilation video of her on YouTube or something like that, and she's a bit goofy. and she apparently gets along really well with the other two girls. They seem to like her. She does great on stage. It feels like she's been there all along. Like, I don't know what's going on in her internal monologue when she's doing these shows, like, but she's great. Good. That's Babymetal feels right. That's the right word. With the three girls in the band, like, that's just how it was introduced. One of them left. It was a weird little period there, but how it's less on the girls in the band and more on how the production company and just how they handled it. And by handle it, I mean completely ignored it. And so that wasn't good. They handled it like the worst way. Yeah, this new girl, great. She's great. Keeps up dancing. She's great. She's fucking great. So with that being said, the three girls are back. They got completely rid of the background dancers. Because last year, it was controversy. One of the girls left, but they weren't mentioning it at all. I believe it was like, ooh, she's sick. Is she still sick? What's going on? Where is she? And then, like, videos came out of them doing their US tours on YouTube. Be like, she's not with the band, and there's backup dancers. What the fuck? People didn't like that, apparently. I did. Don't get me wrong, I like the three-girl thing. It's great. It's just what Babymetal was, and glad that it is that. But I really did like what the background dancers did. Last year's show, it was better. It was better. I'm sorry. It was better. It was just a better show. What the background dancers contributed to the songs, especially, well, karate was one of, but there was like I talked about in my review for that, the Tabernacle, and just how it wasn't karate, but they were doing like fake martial arts slash dancing, martial arts slash where they're pretend fighting each other but intentionally missing one another, throwing kicks and punches and dodging. And it was choreographed so well. I was like, this is awesome. I won't forget that. It was so great. And oddly enough, it was not too karate. But, yeah, man. Like, those dancers were really good and added to the show. This was more, like, last year was more of a show than a concert. I would say it's more like 70% show, 30% concert. This was more like, this was 70% concert, 30% show. And if you kind of have to see them to know what I mean, because they have a lot of like videos in the background. Tonight was amazing. Holy shit, when they played Elevator Girl and they had like the girls in the video in the backdrop, but it was live camera feed, but it was also like them moving up and down in like these red rectangles like an elevator, but it was, they were using the live feed of them on stage and placing in the, it's so hard to describe. You have to see it. If you saw the show and you were just watching this to see some random dude talk about it, you know what I mean. And that was weird. And it was like, well, that's cool. But then you realize, oh my god, that's actually them live on stage. They're taking that video, putting it up there, and like, it's great. The background stuff was fantastic. The show itself was great. Just some of the songs where they added that to the song and just the visual effects. The visual effects were fucking amazing tonight. But I guess I just kind of preferred the show and the choreography, and yeah, it was just good. It was just good. So tonight's show was great. Still did not play my favorite song. Let me bring up their track list here. I always forget what it is. It has that. Hold on. But it's off of the first album. They will never play it live, and it angers me so. So the track list tonight was definitely different from last year's. However, obviously, you know, they're going to play like Headbanger, Give Me Chocolate, Karate, and, you know, they always end on the same song. Hold on. So, got your typical ones, but the thing is now, we're waiting on the new Babymetal album, which is coming out October 11th. They kind of do like, that's how they end it, where it's like, new album coming out October 11th, and here's the tour dates, which we know when the tour dates are. We're kind of at the tour. I don't know why they do that, but whatever. So, yeah, they do that. That's how they end the show. So they play Elevator Girl, Papa Ya, Starlight. Those were the songs that were new from last year. So they didn't play those songs last year. So they added that. And Distortion. So when they played Distortion and Karate, my two favorite songs, like, I fucking love it. I go crazy. Distortion, oh my god. When they played that live at the Tabernacle, I mentioned how every time the drummer would hit the double bass drum, I could feel it in my chest and under my feet in the ground. Okay, we need to talk about hard rock here for a second. But, yeah, it happened again, where their drummer is so good. And, it wasn't as, like, in my chest as it was at the Tabernacle. Well, the venue here, the hard rock venue, the acoustics aren't so good. Yeah, they're like okay. I could barely hear the singers. Sui Metal would come, like it would just, and the lead singer for Avatar too. I could barely understand them, but yeah, it was just like I could hear the drums fine. The guitars were like a little hard to hear sometimes. The singers were a little hard to hear sometimes. Bass is always a little hard to hear. But there was one part where the bassist does like a bass solo. You could barely hear it. But, I mean, you could feel it. You could feel that with double bass drum. So I could still feel it in my chest. It just wasn't as hard hitting as it was at the Tabernacle. And yeah, not being able to hear the lead singers as well wasn't so good. But the hard rock, you can literally, anywhere you go, once you're in, you're like, you go wherever you want. I had seats in the top, the balcony, didn't even bother going up there. I stood by the merch and just great. It was awesome. So the hard rock was good. I just thought it could have been a little better. Alright, so I have their track list here. What was it? Was it Metataro? I forgot what song it is. So I'm going to bring it up and play it right now. Babymetal never plays this song live. And it pisses me off because I feel like this is the coolest song to play live. And they never do it. They never do it. Where are you? Just going through my track list here. And it's not showing up. Nope, it's not showing up. Awesome. Wait. Is it this one? Absolutely not that. No. Hold on. Where are you? Give me chocolate. No. There it is. This one. That is so awesome! Why they never play this live? Track 11, which Wikipedia says Tales of the Destinies, but I know that's not its actual Japanese name. That's why I can never say what it is because it goes by a Japanese name. It's not Tales of the Destinies, but hey, it's Tales of the Destinies. That song, they never play that live. I hope one day I can see that song live. That's my goal. Babymetal, please play that song live. Ugh. Okay. Also, Leda was not there. At least I saw Leda last year. One of my favorite musicians on this planet. One of my favorite Japanese musicians. I'll never see Far East Design Breaking. He's not part of Breaking Holiday, which is a great band, by the way. Which is kind of... Deluhi is never coming back fully. They're only doing like little teases here and there. I will never see Deluhi live or Leda live in Japan or whatever. So at least I got a chance to see him last year, so I'm happy with that. But he was not there. I don't know who any of the members were. It seemed a bit different this year. I noticed when the bassist did his bass solo, it looked like he was using a pick, which I know that bald guy, he doesn't use a pick. The guitarist, just everyone seemed a bit different, so it seemed like the lineup was different. I could tell it wasn't Leda, even though they were all wearing masks. They never took off the masks, by the way. The skull, like, vulture-looking mask things. They never took them off, which, how the hell did they play all the... Babymetal songs are not easy to play, especially on guitar. And they, no, didn't remove the masks, so... But I can tell it's Leda because of his signature guitar that doesn't have a headstock. It just, the strings stop. They go back. I was like, nope, that's a regular guitar with a headstock. And, that's a regular guitar with a headstock. Leda wasn't there. Oh, well. They're still great, though. All the members of the Babymetal band, they're fantastic. So, overall, great fucking show. I had the time of my life. Although leading up to the concert, leading up to the concert, got some Super Saiyan, some ramen from Super Saiyan. Check that out, restaurant. The Dragon Ball Z themed restaurant that's very close to Universal. It's not far from it at all. On the way, my car radio died, ? I gotta figure that out tomorrow. That sucks. So I had to drive back over an hour with no music. That sucked. But... a random encounter with someone who I admire a lot and respect a lot. Just big shout out to Jimmy Havoc, the wrestler for AEW, who had an amazing match Saturday night prior to, not even a week from this, recording this. He was there. I saw him like, holy shit, that's Jimmy Havoc. And he was with his girlfriend or his wife. He was with someone, but... I was like, I wish I could have told him, like, dude, I like you a lot. I respect you. Your match was amazing. That was awesome. But I didn't do it. And then after Avatar played, I saw him right next to me talking to that woman. And I just had that, like, feeling in my chest, like, dude, do it. You got to do it. So after a minute of being scared to and not, whatever, never gone up to someone who's, like, well-known, does something who I like, who I admire, and be like, hey, it's awesome to meet you. But went up to him, I was like, hey, Jimmy, like, you had an amazing match Saturday. I respect that of you. I'm glad you won. You're awesome. Just whatever. And shook my hand, asked me my name. It was awesome to talk to for a minute. Said, have a great night. Left it at that. And then just, like, after a while, I had to kind of move because some big, taller dude than me got in front of me. Like, so I moved. So I was standing next to Jimmy Havoc for the majority of the Babymetal concert. Didn't interact with him after that. Don't want to bother people who get bothered on a daily basis. But I essentially rocked out next to one of my favorite current wrestlers. I did not expect that. So big shout out to Jimmy Havoc for being an awesome dude. That was cool. That was an unexpected random thing. And I gotta say, I go to concerts a lot alone. What's the last Babymetal one alone? And, whatever, the show itself's great, but this was probably the best going to a concert alone experience I've ever had, and it was great. It was just, a fucking professional wrestler who I admire was there. The concert was great, and it's just, for sure, change your merch prices. That's ridiculous. I know you're not going to enjoy your money, but god damn it. Anyway, so that's my review. I know I haven't posted a lot of stuff at all recently. Does anyone care? That's kind of why I stopped. I got burnt out, plus my 2 jobs are killing me, and I just don't have the time, or I got burnt out. I'm gonna fully admit I got burnt out. So this is for anyone who still cares. I'm not gonna talk about. I will say I have 2 more concerts coming up that are gonna be in Tampa. One later this month, one November. They're not Japanese bands, although one of them is a Ukrainian band, which I discovered recently. So I think I'm definitely at least going to talk about that band. Maybe I'll talk about both of the bands. I do kind of like talking about my experiences with the live concerts and giving people a heads up, like, this is what kind of to expect going into the concert. So people seem to like it. I hope you like this. I know it was a bit rambly. I know I'm 24 minutes, but yeah. So pretty much what I'm saying now is I have a couple more concerts coming up. They're more local. I'm going to talk about them. I don't know what other content I'm going to create. I know a lot of Japanese albums have come out since my last Japanese album review. I know there's a lot of them I actually really did want to make reviews for, and I just didn't. I found myself thinking at work, I got to make a review about this. I really want to go. I get home, I'm super tired, and it doesn't happen. Whether it's me playing video games or chores or just having to do something always comes up. But now I have a little bit of time, and so here's my video for you. And I want to say that I will try to make reviews of these concerts coming up. And if there's any, please tell me if there is any Japanese album that has come out in the past few months or is coming out and you would actually like my opinion on, please let me know. It would actually feel good to know if people actually give a shit what I have to say. It would feel nice to see if anyone still would like to see some of these videos. Alright, so that's all I have to say. Hopefully this review of this concert helps someone out. Good show, good concert. I kind of like what they did last year better. But if you've never seen Babymetal before, you're going to get a great, from point A to point B show. Don't expect anything after that. Once they're done, go home. So, alright. Have a good night, everybody.